It is also called as an plasma membrane or plasma lemma. Was the scientist who discovered this plasma membrane? The word plasma membrane were given by Nageli and Kramer, and plasma lemma word was used by Plough. How can we define this plasma membrane? So, in the animal cell, it is the outermost layer, and in the case of plant cell, the layer inside the cell wall. Cell wall is the outermost layer, and this layer inside this cell wall is called plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is mainly concerned with the regulation of entry and exit of the substances. Any substance when enter into the cell, it has to pass through the plasma membrane, and the same way when any substance leave the cell, it has to pass through the plasma membrane. So the movement is regulated by the plasma membrane only. The constitution of plasma membrane, it is formed of phospholipids, also called as in phosphoglycerides, along with that cholesterol, different kind of proteins, and some carbohydrates are also present in its constitution. But the main composition of the plasma membrane is of phospholipids and the proteins. Different scientists gave different models to explain the structure of plasma membrane. Earlier, sandwich model was the first model given by Danieli and Dawson. According to this model, protein is sandwiched between the lipids. But this model is not accepted. Later on, unit membrane concept was given by Robertson. This unit membrane concept was given by Robertson later on. It is also called trilamellar membrane. Robertson carried out experiment on the human red blood cells and tried to understand the structure of the plasma membrane with the help of microscopes. The proper structure is explained by the different scientists called Singer and Nicholson. They gave their own model called fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model was given by scientists Singer and Nicholson by observing the living cell under the electron microscope. According to this model, the cell membrane is highly active or the dynamic structure. In its constitution, lipid and proteins are present. We can observe phospholipid bilayer. In this phospholipid, the main part are head and the tail region. The head is hydrophilic in nature and tail is hydrophobic. Hydrophilic means it can react with water, and hydrophobic, it cannot react with water. The tail of the phospholipid structure is formed of saturated hydrocarbons, and as it is saturated, it cannot react with the water, and that's why it is hydrophobic in nature. The different proteins present in the constitution. These are the different proteins present in the constitution of the plasma membrane. These proteins are of different kind on the basis of their location as well as their function, and that's why it is a mosaic kind of model. Intrinsic or integral proteins, or these are extrinsic or also called as an peripheral kind of proteins. If protein is embedded partially or totally inside the lipid bilayer, this protein is called intrinsic or integral protein. But if the protein is present on the surface of the lipid bilayer, it is extrinsic kind of protein or peripheral kind of protein. The peripheral or extrinsic protein can easily removed with the help of chemical treatment. Now, why this model is called quasi-fluid or the fluid model? Here, the lipid allow the movement of protein inside it. The protein can easily change their location according to this function, and so protein can easily float within the lipid bilayer, and that's why this model is called quasi-fluid model. Similar way, due to the ability of this membrane to grow during the cell growth, it can easily diffuse with the other cell with the help of plasma membrane in the lower organisms. The same way, it has the ability to repair itself. It can fuse or expand, and due to this all characteristic of this plasma membrane, due to the lipid layer, it is quasi-fluid in nature, we can say. The protein can easily change their location according to their function, and so this protein act as an carrier proteins or carrier molecules, or in some cases these act as an ion channel. The protein which is extended along the thickness of the plasma membrane is also called tunnel protein, and it acts as an ion channel. So this way, in this constitution, two layers of lipid and proteins are also present. This phospholipid structure, the head is polar here, as it has a positive or negatively charged, and due to this charge only, it is hydrophilic. In this constitution, the both hydrophobic tail are towards the inner side and head region are towards the outer side in the constitution of this cell membrane. For the cell identification, the sugar molecules also extend outside from this plasma membrane. Some amount of cholesterol is also present in its constitution. The membrane regulate the movement of entry and exit of the substances through it. But this kind of movement is of mainly two types. This is passive transport or active transport is found. Here, the movement of substances is towards concentration gradient. It means the molecule move from the region of that higher concentration to the region of that lower concentration. Whereas in the active transport, the movement of substances is against concentration gradient. It means the movement is from region of lower concentration to the region of higher concentration. In the passive transport, there is no energy or ATP is utilized, but in the case of active transport, energy or ATP is required. Passive transport is of two kinds. Simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion are two kinds of passive transport. The substances which are neutral always show simple kind of diffusion. Neutral substances as well, O2, CO2 and water, always move from the region of their higher concentration to the region of lower concentration, and that's why they always show simple diffusion. In fact, the movement of water from the region of higher concentration to the lower concentration is itself called as an osmosis, which is simple kind of diffusion. Whereas in the facilitated diffusion, the carrier molecule, which is a protein present in the constitution of the plasma membrane, is always required. So this kind of movement is facilitated by carrier protein, but energy is not required. Concentration gradient is always present, and that's why it is taken under passive transport only. In active transport, along with the energy, these carrier proteins are always required. So energy is required, carrier protein is required, and the movement occur against concentration gradient, that is from the lower to higher concentration, and this is active transport. The example of active transport is sodium and potassium pump.